Alright everybody, Andrew here with Astro Trends. Today we're covering Palantir. This will be the first video that we take a look at this asset. It's pretty popular, so we'll see how this goes. Just had its IPO last September 2020. Haven't done much with the chart here, but just taking a look over it. We had this these pumps back here shortly after it went live, as stocks often do. We had an upward moving channel here, popped above it a few times, made some highs, as you can see, following typical channel logic on its breakouts and breakups, traveling a distance that corresponds to the height of the channel. And this downward momentum here. That was back in March, so we were in a bit of a downtrend for a while there. We got stuck. This is the day chart. We got stuck under the moving averages. They were pushing us down, and then we bottomed out right here at around 1740, and we've been able lately since May 27th to push up above these moving averages. So that's looking pretty good. We'll see how far we can ride those up. We are going to be hitting a lot of resistance in these price ranges, previous highs. The volume is looking pretty healthy still. It's not as high as it has been on these highs, but definitely a ton of volume. So we have the opportunity, definitely the possibility of pushing higher. But let's take a look at the astrology and see how that is looking. So yeah, I was looking ahead there to August. So this is today. We've had Mars recently within the last couple weeks oppose Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. So probably coincided with this low over here. Now the Sun came through and did the same as well. In the last week, the Sun will be. Now we have Venus coming through and making the same oppositions. Price action there can be varied. That can be signified breaking through the resistance that the moving averages were posing there. Not a whole lot of excitement, not a whole lot of bearish or bullish action happening here. But as we move into July, we're going to have the Sun opposing these points, which isn't so great. Not as bearish as Mars, though. And then Mercury as well is going to traverse. So I see the coming weeks as a battleground for reclaiming some of these price points up here, maybe bouncing back down, reclaiming the moving averages. But as we move into August, things start to look a lot better. We have Jupiter moving into an opposition down here quietly, retrograde, so it's moving back into the placement it had back here when we were seeing a lot of price highs. So that's good, and coinciding with that, going into August, mid to late August now, we've got Sun conjunct Venus, Venus conjunct Sun. So way out, August 21st, we have a pretty bullish setup, which is a Saturday. So got the 23rd marked here. We should start to see some more upward movement, which you can kind of imagine price action playing out this way. Let's see. You know, we've got this downward trend here. Maybe we might get a big kind of cup, big bowl. See that a lot on these stocks. With this low point right in the center. And we're kind of seeing we're seeing this on Gamestop right now. This big cup formation. It's a common formation. It's supposed to, you hear about the cup and handle a lot. So you would see it high, maybe equaling this previous high. This is just a guess for what we might based on what we're seeing right now. So maybe retesting this high over here, because this is definitely a very bullish configuration here. See if we have anything counter to that narrative. No, it's looking really good, especially the 21st especially is conjuncts Jupiter here, conjuncts transiting Jupiter opposes Venus. So there won't be a lot to cover before then in our updates. We'll see how the price acts. I don't expect this to be very volatile, but just kind of maybe bounce around in here, trying to work through this previous these previous price resistances. So I'll keep an eye out for those updates, especially if we're seeing volatility in the market or anything that deviates from what we're expecting here. Stay tuned for those updates. Give a like and subscribe. Not financial advice, as always. And leave a comment below if there's an asset that you would like us to cover.